Hi everyone, and welcome to the Ethereal Tarot channel. My name is Alexa, and I'm so thankful to have you here with me today as we look into what you are being prepared for. So, 4 groups to choose from for this question here today, left to right. The timestamps can be found in the description for whenever you know which group is calling to you the most. Trust yourself in this process. Do whatever you feel is right. No limitations, of course. Do you, everyone. Okay? So with that being said, let's take a closer look at each option here, starting off with group 1. For you, we have the Lion. Group 2, for you, we have the Bee. Group 3, for you, we have the Deer. And group 4, for you, we have the Nightingale. Again, take your time with choosing, no rush. Okay, I'll see you either way. Thank you all for being here again. If you find that you enjoy the reading, please remember to leave it a like, subscribe if you would like, and let me know in the comments how it resonates with you. I look forward to those comments. With that being said, you guys, I'll see you very soon. Hello group 1, and welcome to your reading on what are you being prepared for. So let's go on and see what that may be for you, group 1. What is group 1 being prepared for, please? Group 1. What is group 1 being prepared for? You know, group 1, I feel there's a level of patience that's needed with current developments in your life. I feel things may be very confusing in this time, like you're expecting things to happen, but they're not, or it's just some type of delay that's slowing the process. But I feel this feeling of delay, or things not going as quickly as you want them to go, or things not progressing in the way that you expected them to. I feel it's an opportunity for you to dig a little deeper and question your motivations, or what it is that you're truly seeking, and trying to understand if you are placing your sense of fulfillment or your sense of happiness on something that's outside of you, when the true sense of fulfillment comes from within. And I feel with the 12th house and Pisces being on the bottom here, there's a lot about the emotion, and perhaps this wanting to focus your attention outside of yourself, because emotions or feelings that you may be having could be overwhelming, or it could feel a bit out of your comfort zone to really sit with yourself or to be still. It seems like you're being prepared for a season of reflection or stillness or reflection. It seems like ways that you've been trying to escape your predicament are being cleared from your life. But I do want to get an additional card for you, group 1. I just noticed, even from the beginning, when I was pulling the cards or wanting the cards to come on out, there was a sense of delay. But let's get let's get another card for you, Group 1. What is Group 1 being prepared for, please? Yeah, do you see? All the water houses are coming out. The 12th, the 8th, and the 4th house are associated with water signs. And the water signs are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And right now we have two of the more in-depth signs on the table here with this 8th house and 12th house energy. It's definitely bringing up emotions for you and taking a deeper look at how your environment may be influencing certain emotional states that you are encountering, or influencing certain behaviors, maybe addictive behaviors that are driving your actions. It seems like this time in your life is preparing you to face some very profound truths about yourself, and perhaps truth behind how past traumas have affected you and your ability to show up in the world. This feels like a deeply transformative time of healing, and I do feel a level of wanting to retreat, or needing a lot of time to yourself, or spending time in retreat centers or meditation groups. I'm saying things that are in a community setting, because I do feel with this energy it could be very easy to want to isolate, and it could be very easy to detach yourself from interaction with other people because you're feeling so much. And I want to err on the side of caution in encouraging that. Yes, of course, take your time and care for yourself in the way that you feel is best for you, but it does seem like there's a lot of mental health transformation going for you in this season, or you're being prepared for an entire shift in your mental health. And I want to say it's for the better, but in order to get to the other side of it, I do feel that you have to face some things that you may have been running away from, Group 1. And we will be getting more information about what exactly that means for you, but it feels deeply emotional, so strap in, get your favorite blanket and make sure that you are ensuring that you give yourself a lot more time, a lot more compassion, and to schedule more time for self-care practices that do not include some type of distraction, because with that Pisces energy in the beginning, there could be a tendency to want to escape or want to distract yourself. And to get the most benefit out of this season, Group 1, it's important that you try to supplement more unhealthy habits or destructive habits that you have, trying to implement healthier habits in place of those behaviors. But there could be a lot of reflection on your past, specifically your upbringing, your childhood, specifically your schooling, your conditioning, your parental relationships, and how that's been influencing certain close interpersonal relationships that you've encountered, whether that is romantic or very intense friendships or partnerships that you've had. It just seems like there's a level of uncovering things that have been in the background or buried. There's like a digging up of the graves. The skeletons are coming out of the closet, I feel, in this new time, and a lot of secrets are going to be revealed to you, or a lot of new information and new insight will be had, and it's going to help you to see yourself a lot more clearly and to understand what is of true value to you, and perhaps removing the placement of value on things outside of yourself and getting to the true meaning of fulfillment. It's making me think of looking beneath the surface going deeper, getting past the facades. So there could be something that's triggering this, and it could be a relationship, but it doesn't have to be. I just feel something's going to be triggered, and give yourself space and grace in that time. So let's get a bit more here before we get into the tarot. I kind of want to jump into the tarot though. Dilemma. Let's get one card from here and then we'll go to the tarot. Any other information here for group 1 about what they're being prepared for? Oh, I knew secrets were going to come up. This is Venus and Scorpio, so there could be some secrets coming out about some relationships, or something that's been hidden within a relationship could come to the surface. For others of you, this could be revealing your approach to relationships and revealing your true motivation behind why you choose to be in certain relationships, and if it's connected to emotional dependency on other people. That is a shot in the dark. If it doesn't resonate, don't take it, of course, but I do feel that with Scorpio, in an unevolved sense, it could lend itself to the energy of codependency or an attachment of some sort, or wanting to have a level of deep connection with another person that may lead to addiction or obsession or possessiveness. And for some of you, you could struggle with that energy in relationships. But there does seem to be a big uncovering of relationship dynamics in your life at this time. But also dealing with some things that you may have been hiding from yourself or running away from. Or facing, some things that maybe you're not so proud of doing, and reckoning with yourself with that. But we have more water energy. I'm just so taken aback by how much water in Venus. Venus and water. Venus represents things that we value, which could be relationships, money, whatever you value. I can't tell you that. But I feel there's a greater focus on your emotional well-being, and I do feel like you're going through an internal rebirth. And for some of you, I do want to say there could be some very difficult emotion that you are being prepared to deal with, and healing through very difficult situations, and reflecting on relationships. I just feel like that's such a big energy here. So for some of you, you could be going to counseling, or looking into other healing modalities, whether that's somatic therapy or cognitive behavioral therapy, whatever it may be. I feel like there's a push into wanting to seek some type of assistance in the realm of your emotional well-being, but I do feel like it's encouraged to do that, whether you want to or not. It will really help you in this process of reckoning, because it does feel like there's some type of reckoning going on, a deep sense of clearing away what has been, let me rephrase that, clearing away attachments, because that seems to be very important. With the 12th house, that can also be the house of loss. So for some of you, you could have dealt with a recent loss. Maybe that was a loss of a loved one, and I do send my condolences if that pertains to you. But for others of you, this is just a loss of an old identity, or a loss of an old residence, or old family dynamic that you're used to having. It could really be a whole spectrum of what has been recently undergone, but regardless of the fact, it has been impacting you on a very subconscious level, and you're being prepared to understand how you have been affected, and moving through that. And I don't want to make it sound easy peasy, group, when I myself have been going through my own 12th house transits and first-hand accounts, it's not easy. Like, I don't want to downplay that. So when I say seek assistance, I mean it, because that is the way through. We cannot do this thing alone, group 1. So trust yourself in this process. You will know what's best for you, but I want what's best for you, and I'm only here to help. That is my goal, is to just provide some level of assistance. So there's that. I kind of went on a tangent, so let's get back group 1. Let's get back. What am I asking? What is group 1 being prepared for, please? What is group 1 being prepared for, please? Clear, honest, direct messages for group 1. What are they being prepared for? I do feel there's a lot of clarity or insight coming in about potential conflicts that you've dealt with, particularly in family life, or potential family conflicts, and how that's impacted your idea of what is a happy relationship, or seeing that you may have never seen a happy relationship, or your perception has been tainted by constant conflict that you're around. I do feel for some of you, your upbringing could have been riddled with a lot of conflict of some kind, whether you witnessed that with your own parents or whether that was with peers or siblings. It just seems like there was a level of conflict or a conflict of interest. And I do feel like you're getting more clarity about how this has impacted your dynamics in relationship overall. It may be seeing certain beliefs that you have around relationships. Maybe there's a belief around relationships being difficult, and they're bound to be difficult. Maybe thinking that love is difficult, or that love has some level of pain associated with it. There does seem to be a level of distortion around love and relationships and what love really is. And I do feel you're getting prepared to perhaps witness what true love is, or what true fulfillment is in a relationship or in partnership with other people. I do feel like you may come into conflict with some people, or come into conflict with family members or those that you view as family. It's interesting. Let's get more for you, group 1. I don't want this to seem like it's doom and gloom. I really don't think that's what's happening. I feel this is a time of clarity, and I keep hearing the word reckoning. Like, this is a pivotal stage in your development, and if you continue to run from it, you will only hinder yourself in your self-progression. So if you want better for yourself, I do feel like it's going to take a level of vulnerability and courage to face the difficult emotions that will begin to arise for you. And this is all in the hope or in the purpose of emotional maturity, because that's what the Strength card is making me think of, like a time of maturity. And maturity, I associate that with the planet Saturn, and Saturn is known for giving difficult lessons and period. That's what I'm really thinking of, just difficult lessons that really build us up and show us our strength and resilience. And right now I do feel like you're being prepared to really see how strong you are, and how you may have been downplaying your strength by running away from your pain. I'm thinking of that quote, if you honor your pain, it will bless you in some way. So I feel like your pain is going to unlock a new level of fulfillment, or facing your pain and honoring what you've experienced is going to help you to move towards a greater awareness of what you're capable of experiencing in your future. Even presently, there could be a message here of focusing more on the present rather than looking to the future as a means to escape, like, oh, once I have this, things will be better, or once I'm in this position, things will become better for me. But I feel like that's a bit of a coping mechanism for what you may be experiencing right now. And no judgment, I really do feel like all of us have this tendency as human beings. But yeah, let me keep getting in cards because I can go on and on. Okay. Anything else? What are they being prepared for? Group 1, please. What is group 1 being prepared for? Yeah. A new way of thinking, I do feel, and a closing out of a cycle in relationships. And I feel for some of you, this could be facing a fear of being alone because you may attach to certain people or relationships because you are used to having someone around, are used to being distracted by the feelings of other people or the drama of other people. But I feel like you're being prepared to face your own drama or trauma, and removing the focus on things outside of you. It seems like a big time of internal introspection and self-reflection for you, group 1. That will provide a lot of insight for you over the course of time. It does not feel like this is an overnight process, but it does feel like it's going to be deeply transformative. And once you cross to the other side, you will be made anew, and it will help you to come into this energy of prosperity and focus, and perhaps even allowing you to step into a leadership position because you have a lot of experience in overcoming certain challenges that people deal with on a daily basis. I feel this season that you are being prepared for is preparing you for the next level and preparing you for what is to come, and building your emotional resilience and building your confidence in being able to deal with difficult seasons, so that when it is time to experience the abundance or the success that you are wanting to, you aren't easily broken down by the weight of that success and that prosperity. So I love that. Right now is definitely a time to surrender to what's happening, to let go of your attachments, and to develop a new level of awareness, maybe adopting new practices or habits that implement some level of meditation, or maybe connecting you to a sense of spirituality if you have not been too invested in that, or just reflecting on your sense of connection to something greater than you. Only take that if it resonates, of course, group 1, but there is some truth or something that you've been running from, and I feel like it's time to face the music so that you can overcome this and be open to what is on the way for you. So, whoa, group 1, something else is coming up. For some of you, this birth card and the Page of Swords, you could be preparing for a child, and you could be facing some fears about starting a family because of your upbringing or because of your family dynamics that you grew up in. For others of you, it could just be you really understanding how relationship dynamics have influenced the type of person that you are. Regardless, I do feel like the concept of family is important in this time for group 1. So let's get some final messages for you, why don't we? Group 1. Final messages for group 1, please. Final messages. Eagle, triumph. Whoa. Triumph over troubles and obstacles. So I do feel, especially with the world, you will come out on top of this. It will take perseverance. Eagle also makes me think of the Scorpio archetype because it is associated with Scorpio, and I feel like this is a time of evolution and rising above and stepping into a new level of courage and maturity, especially emotionally, and also stepping up your perception and perspective as well. It's kind of making me think of like cleansing your palette or taking off the rose-colored glasses and seeing things for how they are, and you know, coming into a new level of awareness. Whoa, my gosh. I'm sorry, group 1. Coming into a new level of awareness. And I also feel like there is a level of disillusionment. So there could be some disappointment associated with this time, but we have mice with discord among friends or family. I did sense that with the 5 of Wands and the 10 of Cups. So you could be having more disagreements, but I do feel like it's helping you to grow. We have Lily with spiritual love, so I do feel there is connection to spirituality that may be developing for you, especially with the 12th house. You could be understanding love from a spiritual level, getting into the idea of unconditional love, because I feel for you, group 1, there could be a familiarity with conditional love, but not the type of love that transcends conditions. We have club with someone will try to make you do something against your will. That's interesting. With this, I just feel like there could be a level of combativeness, especially with the Page of Swords. Like, maybe there's someone who's extremely headstrong about their ideas and they're really trying to push their idea on you. But that's interesting there. That's interesting. Let's get more. We have Elephant. A long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. I do feel like you're going to be going on a long journey here with that 12th house and the 8th house. That's a long journey. And the 12th house can also speak to long journeys, whether that's you traveling a long journey, physical, or you going very deep into your mind, which is a very long journey mentally. But it will make you wiser. We have yoke with feeling tied down or frustrated. You know, this makes me think of that Bible term, equally yoked. And I feel you could be in connections that are not aligned with your highest good or not aligned with your direction in life, or that is weighing you down. And it's time to really cut those things out, or those relationships out that aren't really honoring what you want, or honoring what you know is important for you, but you may be staying in out of a feeling of attachment. And finally, we have August. So this past August could have been significant. Something in that time could have happened that kickstarted this transformation here. But for others of you, this could be signaling that the summertime could be significant. or the upcoming August will be significant for you, a time of a lot of changes. I do feel like this past August, though, group 1 was significant for you. However, this is a timeless reading. You will know in due time. But yeah, there is a level of defensiveness that I feel with you, group 1, and it may be asking you to let down your guard, or maybe be more receptive to new ideas, because there could have been a resistance to that in the past. It's interesting though. Trust your intuition on this one and do what you feel is best. Group 1, this is your journey. At the end of the day, this is your life. You have to do what's best for you. So that's where I feel I am to leave it. Whoa, was this a significant reading? I feel trust in this time. Get the help that you need. Take care of yourself. Your mental health matters. Really take care. I don't know how many times I can say that, group 1. It's so important for you, I feel. And just learn as much as you can from this experience, and I promise you there is a wealth of wisdom and prosperity on the other end of this. So trust in the process, ride the wave, and open yourself up to a higher power, if you are willing to, because I have to say, with any 12th house transit, you have to surrender. But I'm not going to continue to go on. I send you so much love, group 1. Thank you for your time. Take care of yourself, group 1. And I love you again. Let me know in the comments how it resonated. Leave it a like if it helped you, or if you want to, and subscribe if you want, whatever you want. Okay, group 1. Until the next one, bye bye. Hello, group 2, and welcome to your reading on what are you being prepared for. So let's go on and see what that may be for you, group 2. What is group 2 being prepared for, please? What is group 2 being prepared for? Group 2, please. I do feel a reflective energy. Even when I was pulling the cards, I just started to kind of drift. To be honest, my focus started to look upward, and we have this card here with the person looking backwards. So there is perhaps a level of reanalyzing, reviewing, refocusing here, and really focusing on the habits and the routines that sustain you right now, and making changes so that you feel more supported by your daily routine. For some of you, this is preparing for a new position, a new job. I kind of hesitated. There could be some hesitation around certain changes that may need to be made at this time. And maybe looking at the foundation of your life and seeing what's supporting you in this time. Can we get more information for group 2, please? Group 2, this word sustainability, it's making me think of support, what structures, foundation, things that are sturdy, and maybe looking at areas of your life that don't have that sturdiness or that foundation that you really want, and perhaps reviewing your plans and seeing how you could implement more things that help you to feel sustained or safe it seems like you're moving into a time of wanting more safety, perhaps being prepared for more predictability in your life in some area. Anyway, can we get more information for group 2, please? Group 2 and what they're being prepared for. Group 2, what are they preparing for? Or being prepared for, please? What are they being prepared for? Well, that's quite straightforward. I do feel you're being prepared for a total shift and change in your life. Perhaps this is preparing for a move. You could be thinking about moving homes or maybe looking at plans to move. It doesn't seem like it's going to happen immediately, group 2. This seems like a process that's going to be very intense. It's probably going to have a level of pain associated with it. And when I say pain, I don't want y'all to be afraid of pain. I feel that there may be situations that really test you or test your strength, and that's where the idea of pain is coming, because that's what it feels like. You're being tested, and I'm hearing like, how bad do you really want it? Because it's almost like you have to prove how bad you want something or how bad you want your plans to work. And I'm looking at this staircase, and recently I've been going to the gym and I used the stair climber, and that really teaches me the idea of discipline for one, but also perseverance. And I feel for you, group 2, there's this need for persistence and perseverance to continually climb up this ladder or to climb up this process to get to where you want to be. And I feel like you are building up the strength to be prepared for things coming together. But it's almost like something has to fall apart for things to come together. And for some of you, what may be falling apart is some type of family situation. And this was a theme in the last reading, so if some of you were drawn to that, I would not be surprised. But the idea of a home base, something may be falling apart within the home. I'm thinking of even plumbing systems may need to be looked at or changed for some of you. But I feel like any blockage that you may be encountering in the realm of the home or home life, I feel like it's symbolic of something else. For some of you, you could literally have Pluto in the 4th house, or that's transiting your 4th house right now. Regardless, I feel there is a lot of shifts going on within you, and it could be manifesting in you wanting to make a strong move in residence. I really feel for you, group 2. That could be on the books for you. It could happen quite suddenly where you have to move home. It's very interesting, but I do feel like things will begin to come together after this time of transformation. Pluto, it's very cute, I feel, how people in the astrological community describe Pluto and its significations of saying, oh, it's transformative, it's regenerative. And for something to be transformed, it has to go through a process of destruction. So I do feel like there could be a lot happening for you at this time, group 2. And this is only to validate you and not to scare you, especially if you feel like you've been going through an intense time emotionally, specifically. Just know that smoother, calmer shores are ahead. More grace and ease is ahead. But I do feel like this change that you're encountering is really pushing you to reflect on your past actions and see where some changes could be made to better support you in the future. I feel like now is the perfect time of restructuring your plans to be in line with what you want and reviewing what you want. Group 2. So let's get a bit more detail here for you. What is group 2 being prepared for? Group 2, what are they being prepared for, please? Very interesting. We have egotism on the bottom. That's interesting there. Let's see what came out here. You know, very quick message here. I do feel you're being prepared to have a greater understanding of the true value in having patience, in not rushing things, in not being hasty or impulsive in your decision, developing a new level of discernment and awareness, particularly in your work life or in your relationship with people at your job. I do feel for a lot of you, your work could be causing a lot of strife, or it's a lot happening in your workplace, but it's teaching you patience, or it's helping you to know how to deal with I don't know why I heard despicable people, or people who just are too wrapped up in their own sense of self that they don't really see how they are affecting other people. And I feel for some of you, this could be mirroring a part of you, where for some, you know, you may have a side of you that is this may trigger some, so trigger warning, but for some of you, you may struggle with a feeling of ego, or like a very strong ego that causes you to have a way of being more combative in your communication with people. Don't take it if it doesn't resonate, but I do feel your interactions with certain people who have a similar way of presenting will help you to, I want to say, tame that part of you, or develop more humility, or be more understanding in your interactions with other people, and perhaps knocking down a level of defensiveness that you may have. It's interesting. I hope I'm conveying that correctly, but I do feel some of you may be a little triggered by that message. But that's what was coming through here. Outside of that, I do feel that you are being prepared for an expansion of your life. There is a lot of, let me not say a lot, but there's Leo energy out here. So I do feel like there's this wanting to step up into a greater position, or to move ahead in life overall, or feeling like you need to be moving further, faster than you have. And that's where this patience comes, because everybody's journey is different. I feel for you, group 2, it's important that you don't compare yourself, or to dwell too much on your past actions, or to dwell on the past in general too much, because now's the time of really looking forward and allowing yourself to make the necessary changes that will help you to have the life that you wish to live. And I also feel there could be a reevaluation of your values, particularly those that you've learned from your upbringing, and I want to say seeing what sticks and seeing what doesn't. Just really getting into a deeper connection of your sense of self and your sense of individuality and what that means for you. I do need more detail for you though, group 2. So can we get more here for group 2 about what there being prepared for? What is group 2 being prepared for? Yeah, I felt that level of conflict here, and it does seem like it's rooted in the ego, especially if you have a tendency of thinking that you're right, or if you have had past arguments with people surrounding a belief or surrounding you needing to defend your ego in some way. It seems like you're being taught some type of lesson about your personality. Is very interesting, and I feel like there is like a humbling happening. I wish I had better words to convey what I'm seeing or what I'm feeling. But it's almost like you're coming into contact with a situation where you're not allowed to defend yourself in the way that you want, and that's going to lead you to evaluate something about yourself, or to reflect on how you've encountered situations before, and maybe not ever wanting to be like somebody that is despicable. Yeah, it seems like there's someone either in your family or in the workplace. It feels more like the workplace though, that is causing a lot of chaos, or just is very difficult to deal with, and that relationship is going to teach you a lot in the long term. Very interesting, group 2. I feel if it's not resonating for you, please don't take this message, but yeah, it seems like you're being prepared for some type of transition, some type of move here. For some of you, being prepared for higher education or expanding your knowledge in some way. Yeah, the workplace could also be your education. Something with that could cause a level of headache, but don't give up. I keep wanting to say don't give up. Don't allow other people to prevent you from moving forward in this way, especially if it's in regard to something with the institution or something about financial aid. I feel like things could be sorted out with that. It just requires a level of patience with this Temperance card. And I do want to say education could be very important for you, group 2. It does seem like you're being prepared to study something or to advance your knowledge in something. For some of you, it could be in the healing profession, or whatever you're pursuing is going to help to heal parts of you in some way. And I also feel like it's going to open another door of creativity and prosperity in your life. But I feel like you're going to have to deal with some people who may challenge you. It's an interesting message for you, group 2. Please let me know how it's resonating if you're still here, because I have to be honest, I'm a little lost. One more card, please, for group 2. What are they being prepared for? One more card, I say. Whatever. We have the 7 of Pentacles. I just keep getting this message of patience, of seeing it through, continuing to put your effort towards what is in front of you, and not allowing doubt to keep you from investing in what you know you need to continue to invest in. There is a message of expanding your mind or your study, or preparing for new relationships with people, maybe people you've never interacted with before, or a new type of person you may be drawn to. I do feel like you're being prepared to move away from relationships that feel more dramatic or that cause more disharmony in your life than good, especially if you're dealing with a work situation that is more difficult. I feel you're getting clear on what other aspects of your life are bringing too much difficulty, and you're going to cut those things out. Yeah, because it does seem like there is some extra burden that you're dealing with at work, and you're not wanting to have to deal with that outside of it. But your hard work will pay off, group 2, and I do feel like you're being prepared for a greater sense of abundance and financial security. And I also feel like you are being prepared for a new beginning in your work life and expanding your vision and your view for what you want. But I do feel like it will require either a certification or some additional education, something. And I do feel like patience will be required for you to reap the benefits. Yeah, so final messages for group 2, please. Final messages for group 2, please. It's interesting that one come out. No. We have Beetle with good fortune. So yeah, I do feel that once you get out of a certain situation, maybe this is looking at how you could progress yourself out of some type of uncomfortable environment, you will be allowed to kind of move towards what is calling to you and what will provide you with more that you're looking for, or more fulfillment in your work. This could also be talking about you needing to move out of situations that leave you drained, and looking at the areas of life that are draining you and seeing what needs to be reevaluated. It does seem like you are in a period of reevaluation so that you can prepare for a significant transition. Group 2. Anything else for group 2, please? Final messages. And we have heart, love, deep affection, and caring. You know, I think that's a sweet card. And I feel like a lot of you, group 2, could be wanting a relationship as a means for escape from your current situation. But I do feel there is a level of heart healing that's happening so that you can be prepared for a relationship in the future. But right now it seems like the focus is to be on getting yourself in a better position. I just have to be honest, group 2, about what I'm seeing. I hope that it is received well. Anything else? Let me get from the other deck. Let's see. Anything else here for group 2, please? Alrighty. With leg, stepping into a new experience. Yeah, I do feel like that's what's happening, especially with the Fool here. It may be time to take a leap of faith towards something. With Kite, it may be time for a vacation or time to implement more times in your schedule that feel like a vacation. For some of you, if you don't have the days to take a vacation, or if you don't have the hours or whatever it is, I'm forgetting the words. But if you're not able to take a holiday or a vacation, it seems like there is a need for more self-care there. We have Teapot with deep friendship with someone of the same sex. So I was saying earlier, you may be preparing for new friendships or relationships with people that you've never interacted with, but it does feel like new friendships. We have Gavel with involvement with the law. So you know, this could be dealing with something regarding your home. For some of you, there could be something with the law happening, or some type of settlement or something going on there. For others of you, oh well, to go back to that, there could be like settlement around some type of situation with the law regarding your job. I don't want to get too much into that, honestly. Outside of this, I feel like you could be working with an institution or working within an institution, and you may need to get clear on what policies and conditions are required of you to know. You know, with this pair, it makes me think of like HIPAA violations, or just making sure that you're not crossing any boundaries that could get you in trouble. Not to scare you, I'm pretty sure you're doing a great job, group 2. It just seems like a message of advice there. And we finally have parrot, which someone will gossip about all your secrets. So be mindful of who you're telling your business to, especially with this page of swords. Yeah, be mindful. Not to say, you know, you can't embrace new relationships or friendships, but just be aware that you know, not everyone needs to know everything. So that's where I feel like I need to leave it with you, group 2. Very complex reading, I have to say. I hope that it resonated. Please let me know in the comments how so. If it did, leave it a like if you want to, and subscribe if you want. Hopefully you do, but no worries if you don't. Thanks again. I shall chat with you in another reading. Until then, group 2, sending you so much love. You got this, and there is a lot waiting for you on the other side. So trust in this process, believe in yourself, and keep going. Love you lots, group 2. Talk to you later. Bye bye. Hello, group 3, and welcome to your reading on what are you being prepared for. So we're going to go on and see what that may be for you, group 3. What is group 3 being prepared for, please, group 3? What is group 3 being prepared for? Group 3. Group 3 right here, visibility. Some of you may be coming into the spotlight. Do you see visibility with ascendant? That is known as how you show up in the world, how you're perceived. So I do feel, group 3, you are being prepared to be perceived by new people, or you're going to be seen for how you've been transforming and changing. I do feel there is a lot of attention on your presentation or your first impressions on people. It seems like you are making very strong impressions on others. Yeah, group 3, it does seem like you're being prepared for new partnerships or new relationships that show you new sides of yourself, or it's going to help you develop a new sense of self based off of these new interactions that you will be having with other people. Whatever the case may be, it does seem like there is a big emphasis on attention, and for some of you that could be exciting. For others of you, you could be a little nervous about that. So let's get a bit more information here for you, group 3. What is group 3 being prepared for? Group 3. Yeah, you know, that's bizarre because you get the 2 of the cards that symbolize a level of prominence or a level of visibility. The first house and the 10th house really emphasize that for you, group 3. So yeah, you could be coming into the public eye, especially if you are on a level of community outreach, or if you do anything that involves other people. For others of you, this is symbolizing some type of sudden change in your career or in one of your endeavors that causes you to be someone who is a leader of change, or who is doing something that is catching a lot of attention. It does seem for you, group 3, you have very innovative ideas, or the way you think is outside of the mainstream. And it kind of feels like initially some of the ideas that you have could have been rejected, or you have experienced some type of opposition in some way with your approach to different ideas or solutions that you have. But now it's almost as if you're coming into a new level of authority that allows you to really enact changes that you've been wanting to. This energy feels really big. It feels very prominent. So prominence, spotlight, being seen seems to be something that you're being prepared for, like a big shift in your career could also be symbolized here. I mean, excuse my words, group 3. But it does seem like you're going to be doing more communicating with people, more exchanging of ideas. Excuse me. And I feel like this is going to become more prominent for you in your life, and you're being prepared to upgrade your communication skills or upgrade some type of negotiation that may need to take place. It also seems like you are being prepared to speak up for yourself, or to advocate for your position. There's a level of confidence that you're going to need to step into, a level of courage that you may have never used before. But it does seem like you are heavily supported, because you are an initiator of change in your community, in your family, in your workplace. For some of you, there is a wanting to work for yourself, or to be your own boss, or just to have more control over your daily activity or your direction in life. And there does seem to be a shift in your direction that you're being prepared for, and this shift may require you to come into a level of visibility that you are needing to really allow to happen. Group 3. So that's interesting. Can we get a bit more information for group 3 about what they're being prepared for? Group 3, please. Yeah, it seems very fortunate. Something you're being prepared for. I want to say for some of you, you could be moving into a new tax bracket, I want to say, or just really leveling up your ability to attract wealth and fortune. I feel for you there is a message. It's you. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, that's too much happening. Group 3, I want to say you are preparing to make a move into a greater space, or a place that allows you more freedom in your space. This could be moving into a bigger office, or moving into a bigger home. Something with real estate happening for you, group 3. Are you acquiring some type of property? That's also very prominent, and I feel like this is going to really level you up in some way. This is what you're being prepared for, but it seems like a vision is leading you to this fortune. We have the eye here twice, so there is a message or an insight that you will be getting, especially with Uranus here. You may receive this message in your dream, or during the nighttime, or it can come from a family member. Honestly, you'll know when you receive it. There just seems to be something that initiates this change for you, or initiates a vision for you to pursue. And it does seem like a plan will need to be developed in order to ground this vision. For others of you, I feel like you've been working on a vision for your life, or working towards some type of dream or desire that you want. And the work that you've been putting in is heavily supported at this time, and I do feel you have created structures and foundations that will allow it to prosper, and I feel like that is going to kind of catapult you into this position. And it could feel sudden. I keep getting like a sudden feeling, and you needing to have more grounding practices as you continue to move forward. This feels very fortunate, group 3, so prepare yourself. A lot more stability and security coming into your life as well. I do feel that, especially if you feel like you've been encountering fears around your security or your safety. I do feel like that will be falling away soon, but it does seem like there is a plan that's needed. Like action on your part has to be taken so that you can really reap the benefit of this. I'm getting this message of you have good soil, but good soil means nothing when you're not tending your garden. So keep putting in that work, group 3. Keep hatching a plan, devising a plan, taking action on that plan, because there is a fortunate energy about you. You feel very dignified. Come on, I'm seeing that Jupiter energy. Oh my gosh, I have to just show these cards very quickly. We have dignified Jupiter with abundance and vision. So there is a vision that you are having, or you will be having, regardless of the fact you feel like a visionary character, someone who can really think outside of the box and make things happen in life that others may doubt. There's a strong quality about you, and you have a lot of support. I keep wanting to say that, group 3. There just seems to be this need to really trust in the support that you have, and trust in your own abilities, and to really step into this feeling of having authority and being dignified, and having integrity and sovereignty for yourself that allows you to make moves that previously you feel like you couldn't have made, I feel. But now it's like you're getting revitalized, re-energized, and a new level of focus is coming towards you. So yeah, with the 6th house, it's time to reevaluate your daily habits, your daily routines, and seeing where some adjustments can be made to further nurture this path that you are on, because it seems like your faith is going to be the anchor for you. Your faith and your belief in yourself. I'm thinking of that Bible verse, faith without works is dead. So it seems like you have that faith within, or you have one or the other. Either you're working very hard and you're lacking faith, or you have a strong faith and you're not really putting forth your effort. It could go either way for you, group 3, but regardless of the fact, this is all up to you to make this happen. But as you get the wheels turning, or as you continue to hike up that mountain, continuing to put forth your effort, I do see a lot of fortune that will be unlocked. And it seems like it will benefit not only you, but generations that follow you, or it will help the masses in some way, or whatever program that you create, or whatever idea that you implement. For some of you, whatever healing that you offer to people, it's going to help generations. So it's really encouraging you to expand your vision, expand your outlook, and to think big. Group 3, really think big. Aim high, keep going. So I love that for you. Let's see if there's any other message here that wants to come out for you. For group 3, please, what are they being prepared for? All right, with appreciation. So yeah, it seems like you have been doing a lot in general. You could have been developing skills in the background that no one knew about, and I do feel like you're being prepared to receive your harvest, or to attract the appreciation and the attention that you've been wanting for your effort. And to really be seen for the person that you are, rather than what you can give to people. Because for some of you, it does seem like you feel that others may take advantage of you and your abundance, for some of you, or take advantage of your kindness. But I do feel there is more protection around your emotions that's being developed as well. It does seem like you're focusing on the things that are most important to you, and you are developing a new sense of self-worth and ferocity. I feel with this feline character on the card, it seems like you are coming into the energy of protecting your peace, protecting your energy, protecting your love, and only reserving it for those that you deem worthy of it. It just seems like you're overcoming this overextending energy, I feel, or compassion fatigue. You know, it's very interesting because I feel like that was taking you off of your path, or you being consumed with other people's drama, or their trauma has kind of sidetracked you, and it's time for you to pour your focus back into yourself and back into your vision. Because it seems like you have a very strong gift of vision, or you may be incredibly intuitive, and that intuition could also lead you to picking up on other people's emotions and perhaps being distracted by the energy that other people bring you. But I am getting a message of needing to develop stronger boundaries so that you are not overwhelmed by other people and their issues. I also feel like you are being prepared for new relationships, romantic relationships at that. It feels like this is something you've never experienced. Not saying that you've never been in a relationship, group 3, it just seems like this type of relationship, it feels very fun, very lighthearted, very flirty, very spontaneous, very passionate. I'm seeing this Cupid energy twice, so it does seem like you'll be a little bit love struck, and it could be very fun. It just seems very sensual, very fun, very loving, very lighthearted. It could make you go back to like a childish energy, but I want to say, when this happens, be mindful because it does seem like you're very fertile, group 3. So male or female, woman or man, whatever your gender identity, whatever the case may be, just know that there's a lot of things that are prospering and growing in your life. So just be mindful of where you're putting your attention, because your attention will magnify whatever it's going towards. So very interesting. Let's get some more information here. I love that for you. Relationships do seem to be important. Partnerships seem to be important. It seems like you're coming into new partnerships with people. It just seems like expansion is the title of group 3. Expansion and abundance here. So let's get a bit more information for you, group 3. This card did come out, so I'm gonna leave it. Well, we see. Okay, just know that there's new love on the way as well. I think you're being prepared for. It does seem like there's a level of healing that is going to be wrapping up, or you're going to dive deeper into your healing that allows you to be prepared for this new relationship. But I feel like that relationship will come after a time of reflection and getting connected to yourself. Yeah, and feeling good on your own and very independent, and basking in what you've created for your life. So let's go on and get a bit more information here. I love your reading, group 3. I love it. I love it. I love. Okay, go group 3. Your energy is immaculate. Anyway, what is group 3 being prepared for? Can we get more information for group 3? What are they being prepared for, please? Expansion. Are you kidding? It's so quick. Expansion, new opportunities, perhaps traveling is going to be very major in this upcoming time for you. I do feel you're being prepared to expand your view of where you want to go, what you want to experience. This 3 of Wands makes me think of like a bucket list. For some of you are creating a new idea of the life that you want to experience. I do feel new opportunities coming in for you, group 3, that really challenge your belief in yourself and help you to expand outside of certain limiting beliefs that you've had around your life. and what you're capable of experiencing, because it does seem like you're surprising yourself, or something that's happening in your life is surprising you. You know, I get this energy of like, wow, I never thought it would happen for me, or I never thought I would be living this life. It feels very fortunate, and I do feel like these new opportunities that are going to be granted to you, or that will be opening up for you, is going to lead you to do some self-reflection, and really getting a greater understanding of how you view yourself, or how you've been living your life, and what changes you want to make, and who you're becoming. Really getting acquainted with this new sense of self that you're growing into. Group 3, so take your time, okay? But you're making strong moves out here. I do feel like you're growing into a new sense of authority with the Emperor here. It seems like for some of you, you are wanting to establish your own business, or you have, and that work will be paying off. That diligence, that focus, that effort will continue to pay off. But now it's about setting new foundations down and looking at how you can expand in some way. It just seems like that's the main message for you, Group 3. And I do apologize for the excess noise. You know, that vacuum I'm hearing in the background, it's making me think of some things needing to be extracted out of your life, or maybe a vacuuming of your mind, clearing clutter in your home perhaps, or clearing clutter in your mind, or the clutter of emotions. You know, I can make a message out of anything. But that does seem significant, Group 3. So cleaning, oh my gosh, it's getting louder by the second, isn't it? I'm just going to say this quick message, and then I'll pause and I'll wait until that's over. But with the 6th house, it does seem like cleaning or giving things away could be important for your progression, or making room, making space so that it's easier for you to move, because it does seem like you will be moving soon, Group 3, whether that's in the next 6 months to a year. For some of you, I feel in the next 2 years, but for like 80% of y'all, I do feel like within the next year or year and a half, you will be moving. I kind of want to keep going. I don't want to stop. Hopefully that noise is not as bad. It sounds like it's fading away. Let's get a bit more for you, Group 3 here. What are you being prepared for, Group 3? Oh, period. I love to see the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups and the 4 of Wands. Okay, so a new home could definitely be on the books for you. Moving homes. We have the 3 of Wands and the 4 of Wands. A celebration could be happening. I'm thinking of a birthday party, a graduation, a wedding. You could be experiencing these things. Either you yourself are going to experience it, or someone in your family will be celebrating something very significant. And I feel like that will mark a period of significant expansion as well in your life, and for those around you. However, let's see what came out. We have the King of Cups and the 10 of Swords. So for some of you, it does seem like you're being prepared to finally let go of a specific relationship that has been causing a lot of emotional turmoil, or letting go of relationship dynamics or patterns that you have within your style of relationships that causes some level of anguish or overthinking. I do feel that some of you may have experienced a level of betrayal or heartbreak in regard to a situation with someone, but it does seem like you're being prepared to finally move away from that energy and develop a greater sense of emotional maturity, and getting clear on what type of partner you're looking for. For a lot of you, I feel that you could have been dealing with someone who was either emotionally manipulative or someone who was a bit callous with dealing with emotions, or they would really cause a lot of pain in the realm of emotion. And I feel like you're wanting to move towards someone who will honor your emotions, who will take care of you, or who will just be there for you in a way that is calming and reassuring, rather than feeling as if you have to keep your emotions to yourself out of fear that they'll reject you or that they will blow up in a fit of anger. That feels really specific, but it does seem overall for group 3, your relationship dynamics are changing for the better. But it does seem like it's coming after a painful ending of some type with a person. So that was a lot there, wasn't it? It does seem like you're moving on and moving to greater pastures here. With the 9 of Cups, it just seems like you're preparing for things to really start aligning for you to really start to feel good about the direction your life is going in. Having wish fulfillment and seeing things manifest in your life that you never thought possible, or you did believe it was possible, you just didn't think it would happen as quickly as it will. It seems like there's a quick turn of events that's going to begin to happen for you. So I'm very excited for you, group 3. This is good vibes all around. Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. So let's go on and get some final messages for you here, group 3. I also want to say, when this move takes place, please invite me to your housewarming party. Okay? Invite me to the housewarming party, please, group 3. Anyway, let's get some final messages for group 3, please. Final messages. Alrighty. With needle and thread, a sincere wish will be granted. We see that with the 9 of Cups. Your prayers have been heard. Your wishes have been heard. Keep the faith, okay? And keep on working at it. With Lobster, we have financial pinch. So I do feel there is a need to budget more closely or to look at your expenses and to maybe put more parameters around your spending. If that message is, well, I'm speaking really fast, I apologize, group 3. If that message is for you, I feel like this is more encouraging you to be a little bit more cautious of your spending, and to think twice before you purchase something, especially if you have a lot of stuff already. See if you can get rid of some things first and clear out some space, or use the things that you already have before you buy something again. That could be for some of you. It just seems like there needs to be a budgeting plan in place, especially if you're trying to move. With that Lobster, we have December. So this past December could have been significant for you, or something that you did in the month of December could have expanded a viewpoint for you, or the upcoming December will be significant. This could be a time of making plans to move as well, or some type of expansion that may happen. You may be receiving something in December as well. But that month seems to be significant for you, group 3. If you're not moving physically, even though that is very loud for you, group 3, it does seem like you're making moves in the realm of life plans and developments. So we also have September. So the fall and the winter time could be significant for you, group 3. It seems like a lot will be taking place during that time. So mark your calendar. And we also have Tree with affairs with your family. So with that speculation card, this Jupiter in Cancer really does make me think that not only you will be profiting, but you're growing a mighty oak tree. And I feel like a lot of people will profit from your effort. And it does seem like you're trying to establish security for those that you love. And I do see you doing that. So good on you, group 3. I also feel like a family business could be something that happens in the future for you, or some type of real estate with a family could be happening. Let's get maybe a couple more cards for you. Final messages for group 3, please, group 3. Right, that's all we're gonna take. And we have Dogs with getting together with friends. So yeah, I do feel like you will be joining new groups, or establishing a sense of community with people, or coming together with friends in some way. We have skull with hidden secrets can harm you. I am going to connect this to this past relationship. Maybe you came across information that was really hard to come to terms with. For some of you, you don't know everything that was hidden from you in a specific relationship, and that's for your best, for your highest good, because it will probably do more harm than good if you did know. Group 3. We have barrel. You feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. And if that is the case, I do feel that there is an encouragement to see how there could be more focus in developing a plan to ensure that there is a way of getting these needs met. It just seems like there is a need for planning. Group 3. Like the vision is there, the desire is there, but it's just a time to plan and to look ahead, to not be sucked into this past energy, because it seems like it could be easy to do that. And finally, we have hat with you will be playing a different role. I do see that. So yeah, seems like things are developing in your life. Group 3. And it seems very fortunate. So I'm excited for you. I hope that this message resonated. Let me know in the comments below how so. I appreciate you and all that you do, Group 3. I hope that you get the recognition and the appreciation that you've been longing for. It is coming, whether you want it or not. Just keep the faith, keep the hope, keep pushing ahead, keep focusing on what you're focusing on in this life, and watch things happen for you. So much love to you, Group 3. I appreciate you for being here. Leave it a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you want, and hopefully I will see you in the next reading. Until then, bye-bye. Hello, Group 4. Last but never least, welcome to your reading on what you are being prepared for. So let's go on and see what that may be for you, Group 4. What is Group 4 being prepared for, please? Group 4, what are they being prepared for? We have the 8th house. I feel with the 8th house, there's a clearing away happening that you're being prepared for. A greater understanding of why certain things had to leave your life. I feel I need more information for Group 4, please. What are they preparing for? Group 4. Yeah, I keep hearing like extraction or something being harvested or reaped. I'm thinking of that saying, you reap what you sow. So for some of you, you could be preparing to deal with the aftermath of a situation and nursing yourself back to health. I feel there could be an improvement in your health that you are being prepared for, or seeing how certain behaviors have been affecting your health. With the 8th house, yeah, there's like a sense of not knowing or being led into the unknown. Yeah, for you, Group 4, it seems like you're being prepared to get acquainted with not knowing, and learning to do with what you have. One more card, please. Your reading feels very ominous, Group 4, or just very mysterious. Like you have to read between the lines here. Yeah, Group 4, please. Right, with North Node. Interesting reading this will be, I feel. For some of you, I want to say very clearly, you could be preparing to receive a message that may be very surprising, especially the source that you receive it from. For a very small number of you, you may receive a premonition about something, or you may receive a message through your dream, or someone that has passed could show up in your dream and tell you something in your dream. That's for a very specific group of you, but there is a level of communication I feel that you're preparing for, or a revealing of information that you haven't been privy to. And it could be in regard to a relationship. It's making me think of what's been done in the dark will come to light. So it just seems like there's a balancing of the scales in a situation, particularly in a relationship. If you haven't been done right by, that will come to light. Or if you haven't been doing as you want to be done by, that will be coming to light as well. And there could be a preparation for a discussion that needs to be had around some type of relationship that you may be dealing with, and really discussing some past issues that may be affecting relationships. For some of you, if this is not pertaining to you communicating to someone else, I feel that you are gaining more insight into your relationship dynamics and your style of communication, and seeing how it may be stemmed or rooted in past trauma, or in situations that left you feeling a sense of loss or feeling hurt in some way. The purpose of this revealing of information, or skeletons coming out of the closet, I feel, or some type of insight that you may be having, is for the purpose of letting this go, or letting go of old dynamics or relationship styles or communication patterns, in nurturing a new sense of relation with other people, or nurturing a new sense of self, because you're gaining a greater understanding of yourself. I also feel for you, group 4, you're being prepared for more emotional stability, and more mental ease and calm. But it does seem like you have to face some issues that you've been dealing with, whether those are addictive behaviors, or you being attached to certain things that are causing imbalances in your life. It does seem like there is a clearing and a making space for greater. But there does seem to be a level of communication that's being signified here, and it could be in the form of heated discussions or arguments that may come about that help to reveal a new part of you, and helping you to see what parts of your perception or what parts of you may be out of balance, and it's causing you to be more agitated or more emotionally volatile. There's something there. So let's get a bit more information for group 4, please. What are they being prepared for? Can we get more clear here? Group 4, what are they being prepared for? That's so interesting. Okay, you know what? For some of you, I do feel if you have experienced a recent loss of a person, there could be something about an inheritance that you're being prepared for. Listen, don't take it if it doesn't resonate, but with the 8th house, that can speak of inheritance, and I'm seeing symbols of money here, so that could be for a small number of you. For other people, I feel that you're gaining a better understanding of your relationship to giving and receiving, or your relationship with money even, and seeing how relationships and money may have a huge connection to one another and how one may influence the other. So if your relationships are maybe not doing so great, you could have a tendency to overspend or maybe have fear around your money situation. Or if you are doing very well in your finances, your relationships may also be mirroring that. It's very interesting, I feel, for you, group 4. There seems to be something about relationships and money, and I feel that you are being prepared to understand your relationships with these valuable things, or your sense of value, and how that impacts your financial situation as well as your relationships, because they feel very tied to one another. And I do feel with progress and dedication, your financial situation will improve. But with these 2 cards having Saturn on them, it does seem like there is a level of patience that is required, as well as some level of difficulty in these things coming together, because it does seem like you will be interacting with old relationships, or you're getting clear on how certain relationships are hindering your progression forward, or hindering your ability to make certain moves that you may benefit from making because you're distracted or you're consumed by their situation. It's interesting here, group 4. Very interesting. With that empathy card, it seems like there is a huge focus outside of you right now. And I was saying you could be receiving a message that's incredibly valuable, and it could come through your dream, I feel, or through some type of esoteric medium. I can't think of the word, but yeah, you might have an experience that may feel a little bizarre, but I feel like you'll be ready for it. Group 4. However, yeah, there's a big message here of you preparing to repair relationships as well as your relationship with money, and any tendencies to overspend or to be in a mindset of not having enough. It does seem like it's time to make very strong decisions and to free yourself of situations that add more negativity, because it does seem like there is a lot of fortune that is ahead of you, or there's a lot of possibility or prosperity that you could be experiencing, even new travel opportunities that you may be unaware of. But I feel that your focus may be too preoccupied with trying to assist someone who isn't really open to being assisted. You could be meeting resistance with this person and trying to influence them in some way, but it's not really seeming to work. And now it's time to come into a sense of independence and really seeing how you can stand on your own 2 feet without trying to be everything to everybody or trying to be everything to a specific person. You're being prepared for independence and really understanding what that means, and letting go of attachments that challenge your ability to stand on your own 2 feet. Group 4. So that's interesting. Can we get a bit more for group 4 here about what they're being prepared for? What is group 4 being prepared for, please? Yeah, for some of you, you could be coming into a energy of parenthood. So you could be preparing to become a parent for some of you. For others of you, I feel that this is connected to you expanding your sense of creativity and really focusing on watering and nurturing the things around you. That nurture card is very prominent. So focusing on what is in front of you rather than seeking out things to pour into, because it just seems like there is a bit of a tendency to focus on things outside of you, or wanting to take care of things or protect things, or people. But that's a beautiful quality, group 4. It just seems like you would be best served by pouring that energy back into yourself and nurturing the things that are giving back to you. So 3 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups. I feel that you're being prepared to expand your work in some way, or make a job transition. It does seem like this may be overwhelming because you're not quite sure which way to go in the realm of your career, perhaps. For some of you, this is about making improvements in your work overall, or in your health, maybe getting on a regimen or collaborating with other people to improve your health in some way. I also feel you're being prepared to face how you have been distracted in some way, or escaping through other modes of distraction, whether that is entertainment or substances or food or people, whatever it may be. There seems to be a level of confusion in your life that is clearing away, and I do feel that you're being prepared for more balance and harmony in your life. And it does seem like you may have to go through an adjustment period, group 4. I kind of feel like this adjustment period may make you feel a bit bored, or it may be a time of your brain chemistry coming back into balance, especially if you have been indulging in a myriad of things, or being distracted by things. There just seems to be more focus that's required, so that you can feel like things are moving forward. Because I was talking a lot about relationships, so that could be prominent in your life, or wanting something to work out very bad. In group 4, if it's meant to be, it will be. But right now, I just have to say, this reading is really pushing you to be focused on your path, and to not waste this time trying to merge with someone too soon, and to really get your life in order before you try to come together with another person. For others of you, this could be you combining finances with a partner and really having to set down some parameters around how that may look for you. Maybe meeting with a financial advisor. That's more so for those of you who are already in a committed relationship and are very serious in that way. But you will know. You will know. However, it just seems like you're being prepared for a greater sense of stability, emotionally, mentally, and physically. And it does seem like it will require you to move away from an old way of behaving. Is there anything else here for group 4? Anything else? I'm feeling like no, I don't need to get any more tarot for you, group 4, but it does seem like it's time to really start moving ahead and make decisions excuse me, making decisions that help to move you in the right direction, and to maintain the focus and to stay on course, even though there could be things that try to pull you in different directions. It seems like there needs to be a greater sense of self that's developed in this time, and I do feel like you are going to be coming into that. So anything else for group 4, please? Final messages here for group 4. Wow, we have the scales twice with Libra, balance, and then we have this keep your life in balance. So for sure, there seems to be some temptations or some things that maybe pull you out of balance or start rocking the boat a little bit. But I feel like that message is very straightforward. We have money path. With a path with money is waiting for you to find. I do feel that, especially with the Chariot here. But it may require you to walk away from a situation that has felt disappointing in some way, or a relationship that you've been holding on to, hoping that it will change, because it does seem like that's pulling you away from the prosperity that you want to experience in your life. We also have Eagle with triumph over troubles and obstacles. So I do feel like you will overcome the situation, and you will see progressions in your life. But there does seem to be a need for patience and clear evaluation of your situation, and a honesty with yourself. Group 4. Anything else for group 4, please? Okay, love, deep affection, and caring. I do feel like you deeply desire to be loved, and that may lead you into relationships that may take advantage of that kind and compassionate part of you. And for others of you, yeah, I just feel like I need to leave it there, actually. For group 4, it just seems like you really desire to be loved. And I want to say that you are loved, and there's an encouragement to look around you to see the type of love that you are experiencing in life, and not focusing on one specific type of love that you want to experience. We have August, so that month could be significant for you. Either the past August or the upcoming August could be very influential. We have well with family wishes come true. So I'm thinking of, like, if you have a very religious family, or someone in your life who is more spiritually attuned, their prayers are working. For others of you, it just seems like there's a replenishment in the realm of your family relationships, and things will start to come together in that way. We have haystack with karma. You will reap what you have sown. I feel like I said that in the beginning of the reading. I got that very strongly, that you will reap what you've sown. So make sure that you're sowing good seeds, is what I have to say. Yeah, it's also making me think of that saying, needle in a haystack. For what reason, I'm not quite sure. We have target with a goal-oriented person. I feel like that is you, or someone around you who is fair, or who has a more balanced approach in life. This person doesn't have to have blonde hair. They don't have to have fair skin. They could just be a goal-oriented person who does have a more of an objective view of things, who does try to see both sides. It could be beneficial to maybe have a conversation with them. I'm also connecting this good fortune to them as well. They could be very fortunate, and you could benefit by asking questions about how they make things happen, especially if they're very healthy, because they could help you devise a plan around that, or help you to get on task in some way. But overall, you could be a goal-oriented person, and it's time to tap into that energy, and to also know that you are fortunate. It's just time to move the things out of your life that do not align with what you really want. And that could be difficult, because there does seem to be an emotional attachment to certain relationships, or maybe a dependency on things to uplift your mood in some way. So very interesting, group 4. Wow, I feel that is where I am meant to leave it. Whoa. Take some time to really take care of yourself, group 4, and to really get clear on where you're headed and what you want to experience in your life, so that you can make the changes necessary that align you with the life that you want to live. I do feel like you're being prepared for a lot of truth, and that truth can be painful. but it is ultimately for your highest good, and it's going to help to clear away a lot of the confusion that you've been experiencing, and it's also going to get you in contact with people who can assist. So that's where I leave it. I love you. Thank you for being here, group 4. Leave it a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you want to, and leave some comments letting me know how it resonated. Hopefully I can see you in the next reading. Until then, bye bye, group 4.